and many of them out of this congregation. We need to remember where we came from. If we don't, we're going to make the mistake and go back there again. Now, I'm hammered constantly, especially by my family. Well, you voted for it. Well, we don't ever know exactly what we're going to get. But we in America today are weighed in a balance and we're found wanting. Now, there is a threat worldwide of a world economic collapse. Portugal and Spain this past week have declared national bankruptcy. European common currency is on the verge of collapsing, and the American economy, if you did it dollar value, would find that we are already collapsed. Economically, we went over $13 trillion debt this past week. Now, we're not going to get upset about that as long as we are benefiting and getting what makes us feel good. And we're going to continue to get what makes us feel good, and then we're going to wake up one morning and find that sudden destruction, sudden collapse. And I'm not a calamity preacher. I preach hope and the knowledge of knowing what that hope is. But we have been engaged in many wars since this nation was founded. And we, according to many, are involved in the most expensive war America has ever fought. A war that is bankrupting our cities, our counties, our states, our schools, and soon our medical profession. Called the War on Terror. Since 2001, September 11th, we have spent more money fighting an enemy that we do not understand, because we have become a lethargic people, a people that have ears to hear and eyes to see, but we refuse to hear and we refuse to see. We do not want to know. We don't want to be told that darkness is upon the face of the earth, and gross darkness the hearts and the minds of the people. We are engaged in what is known as a war on terror, and our leaders this week have said that it is a certainty that there will be a dirty bomb exploded in one of our large major cities. Not years from now, but more than likely weeks or months from now. We don't understand the war that we're engaged in because it is a jihad, a holy war. It's what I've been trying to talk about the last few Sunday mornings on where we're at today. Is there a God? If there is a God, what is his name, and how can we have a relationship with an invisible God? There are three major religions in the world today. That's the Muslim religion, Judaism, and Christianity. All three of these major religions share a great amount of beliefs or doctrines. They embrace the God of Abraham. I wonder when I listen to some of these people, and Actually, what bothers me most is the one that, I can't even, his name slips my mind. He's that wild Mormon that got the TV program now and going, great guns, you know what I'm talking about. But whenever they talk about how that we don't understand and we don't know about the radical Muslims. Now, the Muslims are not mad at us because that we have Las Vegas and Reno and because that we have the highest divorce rate and we have the highest abortion rate, child abuse, the alcoholism, drug addiction is running close to catching up with Russia and China. That's not what they are mad at us about. If we would listen to what the radicals are saying. Now, the moderate Muslims are like we are. Just give us enough to make us comfortable, leave us alone, go do whatever you want to do. We need to be concerned about that because as Esau sold his birthright for a mess of porridge, America is on the verge of selling our birthright. Give me a little sense of security, give me a little sense of peace, and you can have my birthright. We don't have politicians today that would declare, give me liberty or give me death. They laugh at that. They scorn it. But whenever we stop and really consider it, the early church, they chose liberty instead of government. Whenever we look at what the Muslims or the radical Muslims are mad at us over and call us the seed of Satan, because they say that we are desecrating Father Abraham, because that he believed in one God, and we are polytheistic, that we believe in more than one God. You say, you mean people would strap dynamite on themselves and they would go blow up buildings and they would blow up cities and they would, yes, because they have it in their mind that the descendants of Ishmael are going to control the world through the doctrine that Muhammad brought to them in the year 612. That's hard for us, or 622. That's hard for us to comprehend. Is there a God or many gods? What is his name? And I want you to take out the doctrinal course line here from the Encyclopedia Americana that we've been going over. Tiffany, if you and Justin would like to have a copy of it. And we're going to attempt to understand the world that we are living in. Now we can close our eyes, we can put our head in the sand, but we're in trouble. Even Warren Buffett has warned us this week. Some of the leading military people have warned us that we're coming to some climatic conclusion, that we are going to collide, not just the collider over in Switzerland and France that's trying to understand the beginning, but there's going to be a collision, a conflict.